Welcome to the channel. This is my new project, a 2015 CNG Shuttle bus. It was teased in the previous video, and on this video, we are going to catch up on everything that's been done to it so far. So I hope you enjoy. So to start things off, this bus is powered off of CNG, which is compressed natural gas. Most cars and trucks are powered off of gas or diesel, but this is powered off of the stuff that your stove in your house runs off of, or your heating. Just natural gas. I purchased this bus on Craigslist. It used to be the shuttle bus for the Morongo-Bassin Airport, and I bought it with around 132,000 miles. So why a shuttle bus over a van, a schoolie, a van? Because a shuttle bus is a lot bigger. It's about 8 feet wide, whereas a normal van is about 6.5 feet wide, and the whole length of it is 24 feet. And if you don't know, most places an oversized vehicle is 25 feet or over. So this is just below an oversized vehicle, so you're allowed to park in normal residential streets without permits or anything like that. Also, because it's a 2015, it is super clean and super new. And that's also why I went with something like this rather than an older 2005 or 2010. Those are a lot cheaper. However, they're in a lot worse condition, and this one looked really, really nice when I bought it. So we'll start with some of the cool features that this bus has, starting with the bike rack. This thing's pretty cool. Problem is it doesn't hold my Sur-on, which I'll show some clips of that. It's considered an e-bike, but it's more like a dirt bike. This does not carry it because the tires are too wide. So I have yet to actually use this, but with the bike rack, you can carry bikes as well as tow vehicles behind you. Not vehicles, trailers. Another cool feature are these very big mirrors. This is obviously a commercial vehicle, or was a commercial vehicle. Now it's an RV. These mirrors are heated. They got little blinkers in them. They got the built-in blind spots, and they're huge. This one, however, is falling apart. The other side is fine. This one, I think maybe they hit something. So when I bought it, it was kind of fine, but then I had to tape it up because it started falling off while I was driving. I'm like, that's not good. So these will have to get replaced. So the next best thing are these doors. Having the double opening glass doors is pretty cool. I'm actually going to be hooking up a remote key fob to it, so you just press the unlock button and these will automatically open. It's a lot cooler than a normal RV door. Funny enough, I think that screw right there is coming out, so we're going to have to put that back in. So in the correct light, you can actually see it says Morongo-Bassin Transit Authority. I don't know if that's Basin or Bassin, but you can actually see it right there. And it's still kind of there because of the oxidized paint. So I'll have to go through and buff that all out. Here's one of its other quirks and features. We have our handicap doors in the back, which are pretty cool. The bedroom is actually going to be back here, so you can open up these doors, overlook the sunset or the Grand Canyon or the Walmart parking lot. Look, it's Kekoa. Hi, Kekoa. Kekoa is my cat that no longer likes being inside, so he is now an outdoor cat, but he loves it, and I have a tracker on him. Back here is the CNG fill-up. It's pretty cool. Another cool quirk and feature. However, can't really get an angle on that because my trailer's in the way. So I will try my best, but just so you guys can see, I'll do a whole video on this in the future, but to fill up with this, it is not like a normal gas. It's actually compressed, so it's got like a compression nozzle fitting on it, and yeah, it's super cool. Okay, so before it gets too dark, I want to dive a little bit into the CNG aspect of this bus. Basically, CNG is almost identical to gas when it comes to the engine. The only things that are changed throughout the entire thing is instead of a gas tank, you have a CNG tank. Instead of fuel lines for gas, you have fuel lines for CNG. And you need a special tune for the vehicle. Other than that, almost everything else is the same. So if you need something done on the vehicle, you can go to a normal auto body shop, unless it has to do with the fuel. In that case, you have to go to an actual CNG technician because CNG is very dangerous. CNG sits at around 3,600 PSI, 3,600. That's a lot of PSI. If you don't know, car tires are around 35 PSI. Bus tires, however, sit around 80 PSI. And basketball is 10 PSI, I think. So 3,600 PSI is a lot, and it's deadly. So any maintenance on the vehicle that has to do with the CNG has to be taken out of the vehicle before you can do any maintenance. So to summarize it all up, CNG maintenance is almost identical to car and truck maintenance. The only difference is CNG prices. So when you go to the gas station, you have to go to a special CNG gas station. There's not a lot of those around. This bus can travel about 250 miles on a single tank. And if you're going across the country, sometimes it's around 200 miles between CNG stations, but that varies. If you live in California, there's a lot of CNG stations because California has a lot of CNG incentives. That's why if you live in California, you'll see that a lot of buses have at the top of the bus, they'll have powered by clean natural gas, just like this one. How cheap is CNG? Well, the cheapest I've ever filled this bus up was $1.29 a gallon. That came out to about $40 to fill up the entire tank. However, CNG prices vary based on your location. But enough about the CNG. Now we're going to get to what I've done on the bus and where we're at. So I hope you enjoy. So let's start when I bought the bus. Since I was super excited to buy it, I overlooked some issues it had, but nothing that can't be fixed. The first thing I did was drive around my hometown and pick up all my friends from their work and hosted a party. I was now that one friend who owned a new shuttle bus and no one could believe it. We even delivered a pizza in it.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
Should we all go?
Fuck, dude. It's a bus.
Okay, back now.
Holy shit. It's a TV.
What the fuck, man?
Within the first month of owning the bus, I had already made a 3D model of exactly what I wanted the layout to be, and even with an entire year to reflect on that model and make changes, nothing stuck. I've designed around 10 different layouts, but the first one has always beat the others. I even jerry-rigged the layout for a few months to see how I liked it. I didn't have solar for a long time, and I needed a way to power the residential fridge and charge my stuff. I temporarily installed this contraption consisting of two 60 amp DC to DC chargers, a 3000 watt inverter, 200 amps of lithium, and 200 amps of AGM batteries. The 60 amp DC to DC chargers charged the batteries in about an hour and a half, and I was able to run the microwave off of just running the engine. This worked, but I realized I didn't want to keep running the engine every day, so I got 300 watts of solar to help mitigate some of that power. But this wasn't enough, so I had to bring out the big guns. I purchased four 455 watt solar panels and eventually got those installed. Keep your eyes peeled for a whole video on the solar coming out soon. I had to upgrade my solar charge controller, and only two of the 455 watt panels was enough for my batteries to be fully charged by 10 a.m. I also spent a good time working on window inserts. I was finding the best way to insulate the windows during the winter and keep out the sun during the summer. That'll be another video coming out in the future. I also removed the huge AC unit in the back of the bus since this will be replaced with an energy efficient mini split.
Hi, I'm Mikas. Would you like to join my revolution? So now I'm going to show you the 3D model I showed you guys earlier in the video, but we're going to go into depth on exactly where everything is going and what it's going to look like inside. So, as you can see, there are a lot of models here. I've made a total of 9 of them, one of them being the kitchen. So we'll go and deep dive into the first one I made, or we'll slightly dive into the first one. This is the first one I made. I've been building on it ever since, figuring out what designs work best. But we'll start with the second one so I can show you the different reasons why I didn't want to go with these ones. First, we have the weird layout. This one has the shower over on this side. It's got this weird walkway here and a divider to divide the bedroom off from the living quarters. And I realized that it was just weird. The feng shui was off. And things were just not going to fit how I wanted. So I had to scrap that idea. And I tried this one, which is similar to the one that I currently have. In fact, it might be identical, other than it's not fully built out. And the reason why I probably scrapped this one was because I realized I was building the same one as the first one. This one had a little bit different storage options, very similar to the original build. The shower, however, is different. And I think the reason why I didn't go with this one was because I was messing around with this back area with the bed, and I realized I wanted this area to be thicker. I didn't want any storage above the bed except the storage right here. This one also took away storage, put the storage back here. So that's the main difference is instead of having storage on the right side of the bed, I had it on the left side, and it made this wall very, very thick. I realized I didn't really like the design of, so we scrapped that. This design actually incorporated the original AC in the bus, the original mini split, but I realized that that thing was huge and took up way too much room, and it had a weird walkway. So with this mini split design, it would basically cool the living area, but then you'd be walking into this wall basically, and you turn left and walk around the bed, which was kind of weird, and the feng shui was off, and it has this wheel well here, and so it felt even weirder. And yeah, this one was just a fail. I don't even know why I kept building this one. This one, I went into a lot of depth and realized it was not going to work. So, next one. This one also incorporated the mini split, keeping the original mini split, but instead of having the bed in the back like the rest, we would have the bed in the side, right as you walk in. I realized that was also feng shui very weird, and it didn't allow for a guest bed or a table, or I guess it did allow for a table, but it would have been a small table. And this, it just felt weird. Didn't feel right. It felt like, didn't feel like a correct build. Feng shui was off. And for me, it's all about feng shui. So this one took the storage and put it on the side of the bed instead of in front or behind, and put a walkway and actually oriented the bed, you know, parallel with the bus, so this way. And this was a really cool design. I actually like how the back of this bus feels, and in fact I probably would go with this exact design if the bus was about 3 or 4 feet longer. The reason why I can't go with this design is because I no longer have a table to sit at or a guest bed, and for me I wanted the guest bed. And I realized that the more walkway you have, the less room you have for storage. So I needed to minimize as much of the walkway as possible, and that would allow for more storage of stuff. And that lands us, I think, with, oh, one more. This one, I got the design from the YouTube channel Wandering Songs. Their van, or their RV actually, was built this way from the factory. And I thought it was a pretty cool idea, having the spacer in the middle and then a walkway around so you can access both sides of the bed. However, again, the more walkway you have, the less room you have. So I realized that was not going to work because there's no room. So it was a cool idea. It would come up right where the wheel wells were, and you'd actually have storage underneath right here. But again, there was no guest bedroom. There would be a table right here, but be useless. You know, you could eat, maybe fit 2 people, but that'd be about it. And this had a lot of walkway. So, final design is this. And I actually have a kitchen over here where this is more of what the kitchen is going to look like with the windows. I'll show you that real quick. So with this design, I actually have the stairs. Some of them don't have the stairs. Basically, when you walk in, you have the stairs right here with the seat where you're going to be driving, and then the entrance. This entrance is going to be a sliding door, hopefully powered by a keypad or wireless entry or something like that. It'll be motorized, so it'll be kind of futuristic. And then this will open up, and then you'll have access to the interior. Starting on the left side, we have the washing machine, which I haven't gotten into detail about yet, but I do have a washing machine and it will be inside the bus. So that'll allow for boondocking for months if you wanted. If you were able to hunt, you could boondock for years actually with this build. So that'll be cool. If the washing machine, no drying, but there will be drying racks out front. This will be like a linen closet, so there'll be like towels and laundry detergent and other stuff like that, but mostly towels because towels take up a lot of room. And next to that is the fridge. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with a residential fridge yet or a RV fridge, but the residential fridge is a lot cheaper and it'll be a lot easier to replace. And because of all the solar I have on the roof, it won't matter because the extra power I'll be using, I just have so much of it. And then we have the microwave above. This will probably be moved somewhere else if I change the fridge. Not sure yet. The cool thing about this microwave is I already have it. I've used it a few times, and it's a microwave, convection oven / oven, air fryer, toaster, broiler. I don't know. It's like a 7-in-1, so it's got everything. It's really nice, perfect for van life. If you just have a microwave, you're missing out. Next, we have the kitchen. In the kitchen, we're gonna have the sink. We're gonna have a stovetop, and then the rest is just gonna be kitchen stuff. You know, counter space, because everybody likes counter space, especially when cooking. And the cabinets down here aren't exact. The placement for these two things aren't exact. The other kitchen that I'll show you in a second is pretty close to what it'll be. But we have some overhead cabinets and a fancy sink, and this one will probably be trash, but I'll show you what this is right here. This is closer to what it will actually look like. We'll have a big sink right here up against the fridge. You can see the fridge, nice modern fridge. And then you can see the windows. There are no windows in the other design because I had to get the measurements. So there's a window here. It'll probably look like this. And I plan on putting the stovetop over here. I don't know the dimensions yet because there's so many different sizes and types of induction. It will be induction. There won't be any gas cooktops or appliances. But yeah, it'll be induction. I don't know the size yet, so we'll figure that out. Underneath the sink, there will be the dishwasher, so that'll be cool. There will be the trash recycling pull-out bin, basically, right here. More cabinets here, and then this will probably be opening up cabinets for just a bunch of big stuff and small stuff and all that stuff combined, basically. And then overhead cabinets. That concludes the left side. We will move on to the right side, where as you walk in, you have the shower on the right. I'm not totally set on the shower yet. It might be a little bit smaller. It depends on the dining room table / guest bed. But if the shower stays the same, it'll be 3 foot wide by 4 feet, which will be a huge shower. That's actually bigger than a gym shower, which is why I realized I should probably just make it the size of a gym shower and save the room. It'll be a wet shower, and it has a toilet in the middle, or in the corner, with a sink. It'll have a whole sink, and the drains down here, and there'll be like the shower heads over here, and this will open and close. It'll be like a sliding door, basically. To the left of the shower will be the guest bed / dining room table. I'm more looking forward to it as a guest bed because that's the idea. Being able to sleep 4 people will be nice, but it will be mostly a dining room table. I'm thinking of possibly making it a U-shape and having an island table. It'll be cooler that way, I think. Maybe I'll do both, where it could be a U-shape and it'll be this type of table. But I need to make sure that this is at least 6.5 feet wide. Right now it's only 6, so I might have to cut into the shower a little bit. I want to make sure that anyone who sleeps here sleeps comfortably. Above that will be the cabinets. You see this thing right here? That's a little cool feature of the cabinets. That is a mini split. And I actually have the mini split already. And this will heat and cool the entire bus. It's super energy efficient, and it'll be built into the cabinet, so hopefully I can put like a screen or something on it so it'll like blend in and you won't really see it, and that'll hide the mini split. So that concludes this back section, and we'll move on to the master bedroom. So this will actually have a sliding door like the front. However, this sliding door might be a curtain. It'll definitely not be powered. It'll be manual. That'll be just like a privacy screen, essentially. In this bed area, we have the control center right here. However, I'm thinking of moving the control center right here, because if the control center is here, I can access it while I'm standing over here and while I'm in bed. And in the control center, there will be a screen that will show everything around the bus. It'll show if someone's trying to break into the bus, if someone's knocking on the bus. It'll show a 360-degree camera view of everything that's happening 24/7 on the outside of the bus, and it's recorded. So that'll be cool. It'll also be where you can see the battery percentage. You can turn on the inverter, turn off the inverter, maybe control certain, water level, I don't know, a bunch of different stuff. It'll just be the control central panel. Right here will be where I put my laptop. I like having my laptop hooked up to a TV, and the TV will be right here. The TV will actually lift up into view while you're laying in bed, and it'll have a really good sound system, but because it can lift up and go down, you can have it go down and still see the view of your Walmart parking lot, or your Sunset, or the Grand Canyon, wherever you're parked. So the TV won't be blocking it. We also have a balcony, which I'm actually working on right now. This pulls out, it stores underneath the bed, and you'll be able to stand out here and overlook wherever you are. So that'll be nice. This is the back window here. There's actually going to be a window right here, which I don't have in this model. There will be overhead cabinets, and the storage, because the TV will be here, we won't be able to access any storage here, so this bed will lift up. And to the right side right here, the last section, we have this cool little closet. Because of the bed, we would have wasted space down here, but because it's a closet, we can actually hang clothes and have it go down into this otherwise unused area. There will also be a hamper down here, and above is all your storage. So you can put like shoes and fold your clothes and all that jazz. There are some small stuff that I didn't cover, like there's gonna be storage on the stairs. I'm also gonna put a TV above the kitchen right here. It'll probably lift up just like the TV over here. That I haven't decided yet. I'm probably gonna do it. That way you can watch movies when you're in the guest bed. Maybe I could sync the two movies up. There'll be a nice sound system in the whole bus. Maybe you just want to watch a movie in here instead of in the bed. Or maybe while someone's driving, people can watch movies in the back. So yeah, or maybe you could put the 360 camera of the bus right on the screen while I'm driving and be able to see what's going on outside in a 360 view. So that's what the inside of the bus is going to look like, and we're going to get on with the rest of the video. This last year has been super hectic. Unfortunately, earlier this year my mom passed, and that's why there's a gap in my uploading. It was a total shock and it required my attention for several months. However, this has opened a new door for me and allowed me to open up my own little workshop in this garage. This allowed for the flow of videos and the ability to build the bus at full scale. I was able to completely gut the entire bus down to no floor or walls, which is going to allow for the craziest build that YouTube has ever seen. Hopefully. If you've made it this far, please consider liking or commenting. I'm not sure if subscribing does anything, but you can give it a shot. So now that you are completely caught up, here are the plans for the uploads on this channel. Right now we have a busing series. This is bite-sized shorts content on exactly what's going on with the bus. But to watch how things are done in depth, watch out for the long-form videos. And if you have any questions or want to see how something is done in specific, maybe I didn't make a short or a long-form video on it, just leave a comment or you can send me an email. Peace.